Hi everybody, Luger21 here. I have in front of me a challenge lock sent to me by Ith Baumgard. This is actually the very first challenge lock I've ever received, and I'm not really its intended destination. Ith is sending this up to Supalama, and it kind of just made a stop on its way there at my house. I've kind of been working on this for about the last week and a half. I actually finally got it open this morning, and I've actually gotten it picked a few times at this point, but it's being really camera shy. So I'm going to at least post a link in the comments or description of of it picked. But I'm really curious to see what's inside of this lock. I want to get it gutted just so I can see what's inside of there. I might try and do another pick and gut just to see if I can get it, but if you don't see that, it's just because I just can't get it on camera. So Ith made this out of an Abus 8345 with the Schlage keyway. The bidding, now Supalama, if you're watching this and you haven't picked this lock yet, go away, because I'm about to show off what's inside of it, obviously. So this is the bidding on the key. Try and get that in focus a little bit. There we go. Looks like he may have hand cut this key potentially. It's looking good. A lot of up down. The key, when I very first got this lock, it was kind of sticky in the lock, but just my playing with it's gotten it really smoothed out at this point. Works really well. He must have the there's a special pin that you can put in there to keep the key in there when it's unlocked. So it's not like I can just back this out and pull it back out. So let's see if we can't get that out of there. I have not yet actually gutted this lock, so if I screw it up horribly, you'll know why. Screw out there. Here's the core. So let's see here. I've not actually gutted one of these guys yet. I've actually got one and I just haven't done it. So sorry if you get to watch me kind of play around with this a little bit. I'm just not as familiar with it. Looks like we got just a regular C-clip there. Pliers would be helpful. Would also be helpful if I was slightly more prepared. Normally I've got just a pair of needle nose pliers sitting right here. I'm not sure what happened to them. Somewhere I've also got a pickle fork. Maybe I can find that. Ah. Pickle fork! If you're not aware, this is what this tool is what Kwikset refers to as a pickle fork. It's just made to take apart their locks, but it's got a nifty little guy on there for taking off these C-clips, but it doesn't fit this lock. So let's see if we can just kind of get that off of there somehow. Maybe I should tell Ith to not watch this so he doesn't have to see the bizarre carnage. There we go. Alright, got that. A little clip off the back. I should have paid attention to how that actually was in there. Like that, I think. Yeah. How do you come out? Maybe I just push that in. Yeah, I think if I do that, that should be okay. Got some stuff there. I'm going to stick a shim in there. Just because I don't want to risk damaging this lock. I'm sure he put a lot of time into it. I would hate for it to be my fault that it bit the dust. And I'm going to say that this is probably a good idea. I'm hanging up on all kinds of stuff in there. Come on. You gonna play friendly with me or not? We are definitely hung up on somebody back in there. This shim just does not want to go any further. And we are not hardly into that lock. Well, we're about a third of the way into the lock. Oh, that's kind of nice. Standard sized Schlage core here. Oh, yeah. It's not going to go in if I don't push that, that little detent there, is it? I really wish that I could get... Hey! Ha! Alright, I think I got past everything here. So, bully for me. Of course, now I wish I had like an extra set of hands. All right. Interesting. Okay. So let's start with pin number 6 here. Pin number 6 is just a standard key pin. Number 5, also standard, but what's really interesting here is 5 looks like he's widened out the key, or the, yeah, he's pretty significantly widened up that hole there. The pin itself, the pin itself still is just a standard size pin, but that's a much bigger chamber than it's supposed to be. Pin 4 is serrated. I'm not sure if that's commercial or... Oh, I'm putting all these in the wrong spots here. Let's shift them over. Looking at that, I think that's probably a commercial serrated key pin. I could be wrong, and if I'm offending you by calling it a commercial serrated, I apologize. Pin 3, another serrated key pin there. And he really reamed that guy out. Let's see if we can feel that. Yeah, really widened that guy out quite a bit. I'm going to say that I'm happy that I put a I'm really happy that I put a shim in there, because there's I'm guessing that might be like a construction key spot for like a ball bearing for making this construction key. Oh, look at this beauty. Let's set this guy down here for a second. This one is obviously not commercial. Let's get this up here. Focus. There we go. It's kind of a double spooled key pin there. Very interesting. I've got the tweezers around the fat part of the pin, and God, that is just beautifully done there. Very squared off. Very nice. Our focus back down there. Last but not least, in the core here, we've got another one of those. This one's a little bit more rounded. Get that up here. Can we get it to focus? Focus. All right. There we go. Gosh, that's just a really thin... Let's see if I can... Apologize for the goofy way that I'm going to hold this here for a second. There we go. Boy, do you see how thin that... There's kind of a spool in the middle there. Just very thin, very delicate. Boy, that is beautiful. Looking at the markings on this, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to say that it looks like he probably used a Dremel with a chuck to turn that. I'm going to take a look at the other one too here. This one's a little bit harder to see. there we go. There's one clamping line. There's another. There's another. So we used a chuck of some sort. You can see a little bit of where the tool bit into the it just a little bit here. Let's take this shim out of here. See if we can't figure out what we've got in the Bible too. Oh, there it goes. Strong spring on there. Got a spool here. Nice little spool. With a double spring. Doubled up spring here. Very strong spring. Oh, and I can see that he's got some he threaded that chamber. I'll try and show you that here in a minute. Next guy, we've got a spool, or sorry, not a spool, serrated, beautifully serrated. Not sure if that's, I'm gonna guess that that's homemade. I've never seen a commercial serrated pin with that deep of grooves. Let's see if I can find any tooling on there. Oop. Don't go losing the pins here, Nate. Just set that down for a second because I want to see if I can find any tooling on there. I might be seeing some tooling where that got clamped in. Oh yeah, definitely. He definitely made this. Gosh, that is just very smoothly done, very evenly done. Yeah, I can see just a little bit of inconsistency. These are just slightly different in width. Just beautiful. I mean, if I couldn't find those tiny little tooling marks, I'm not sure that I would have picked that out as being a homemade. Honestly, it's just beautifully done. Get the spring out of here. This is going to just be a standard spring. Next up, oh, and that chamber is threaded too. Got ourselves another homemade spool here. Very nice. Another just standard spring, it looks like. Come out of there. Yep, just another standard spring. Maybe. Hard to tell. That one looks a little bit different, but not by much. I'll just call it a standard spring. Next up, we've got a lot of strength behind this one. Got a double spool here. Beautiful little double spool. Try and focus on that a little if we can. A lot of spring behind that, so I'm guessing we got another double spring maybe? No, maybe not. Let's see if it'll come out. Oh no, just felt like there was a lot of spring tension behind that one, but I guess not. Just another kind of almost looks a little shorter. Again, kind of the same as the previous chamber. Got a standard driver in 5 with another double spring in 5 there. And for 6, whoa! Got a nice another little spool there, a wicked looking little spool. Like that. He really popped out of there. Let's take a look at that. Oh, just another standard little spring. Felt like there was a lot of force behind it, but it just kind of came out nice and easy. So, let's take a quick look here. We got threaded in 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see any threading in 5. 5 feels smooth. More threading in 6. Very nice, very nice. Sorry, I don't probably have a real great camera for showing you some of that threading, but I'll try. I had a flashlight around here, but I think my kid was just playing with it. Just beautiful. In here again, oh, we've actually got threading in some of these too. We got, oh, it feels like undercutting maybe in 1. Oh no, that's definitely threaded in 1. Kind of interesting. It almost looks like he threaded it and then tried to undercut it too. Threading in 2. There's again some threading in 3, but then he kind of widened it out. Threading in 4. Widened out 5, and then more threading in 6. Very nice, Ith. Very, very nice. Thank you for giving me the chance to play with this. Let me see if I can get a good picture of these pins here for you guys. Very nice. Thank you so much for letting me play with this, Ith. I'll be sending this up to Supalama here in the next couple of days. And maybe you guys can watch someone better than me actually pick it. Have a good one. Bye.